Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Raza. In this video, I will be writing a short and simple novel of 4 chapters. That means we will be creating more than one file and keeping track of the versions of those files and the whole novel. So let's get started. Start by creating a new repository for your novel. The Magical Shoes. Here you can write a short description. Make it public or you can make it private. Add a readme file by checking this box and create your novel. Here you can see your repository for the novel. So to create your first chapter, click on this button and then create new file. Write the name of the file and write your first chapter. So let's save this file by giving it a nice commit message like save your file by creating this. Now to create your second chapter, click on this button, then click on create new file and then write the title of the file, write the content in the second chapter, save the second file, second chapter by giving it a nice commit message and save your file by clicking this button. Now create your third chapter. Your third chapter has been created. Click on this button and add your fourth chapter. Give a nice commit message and commit this file. Save this file by clicking this button. Here you have short and simple novel with 4 chapters in it. So get ready to see the versions of this whole folder or say whole novel or say whole repository. Click on this button right here and you will be seeing the timeline of this folder with commit messages as milestones. So to see the novel at each moment or say to see the repository at each moment, click on this button. So here it will show you the state of the repository when you just created your repository with the commit of init commit. And when you will click here, it will show you the state of the repository at this moment. So this was the time when you created your first chapter with a commit message of chapter 1 created. At this moment when you created your chapter 2, let's see how your folder was looking, how your repository was looking like. So click on this button. Here you will see that you have 2 chapters now, and because at that moment you have already created your first chapter and you created your second chapter, so that's why it is showing you the versions like this. So to see the condition of the repository at the moment when you created your third chapter, click on this button and you will see that at this moment your novel have had 3 chapters, and at this moment your novel had 4 chapters in it. Until now, we created 4 chapters in our novel in our repository and tracked all their versions. From here, you will get to see the versions history of the whole repository. But if you want to check out the version of any particular file, click on that file and click on history button, and you will get to see that it has only one commit because the version of this file was it was only created and with only one commit. So now let's edit our second chapter. Save this change by giving it a nice commit message and save the file with this button. So now if you want to see the history of chapter 2, you will click on this button and you will get to see that it has two commits. First one telling that it was created, and the second one is showing you more changes were made. If you want to see the file at that moment, click on this button. If you want to see the whole repository at that moment when you made second changes in your file, you click on this button. And if you want to see the changes that were made at that moment, click here on the commit message. You will get to see that you had what changes you have made. It shows that you added two more lines. Let's further edit our second chapter. This time I will add something more, and I will commit these changes with a very nice commit message. You should give nice commit messages so that it can reflect what changes you have made. Save this file. Now to see the when you will try to see the history of what changes you have made in that particular file, click on you will click on this commit message and you will get to see that what you have done. You have added two more lines and you edited this thing. So this is how we see history of any particular file. Now to see the whole now to see the repository of the whole novel, it will show you the combined history of everything. Here four chapter created and then chapter 2 more changes, then we improved our chapter 2. So it shows the combined commit messages of the whole repository. But if you want to see the history of any particular file, it will show you the history of that file. So far you have seen we created our novel and created four chapters in it, and we keep track the versions of each file and the whole novel. So that was all for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you are doing well.